By the time we'd parked at the trailhead, the sun had already set, which would mean we'd have to trek the 2 miles to camp in the dark. I tried to suggest we wait until morning to start. "We'll be fine if we stay together," Elliot responded. And so we went. It got darker and darker to the point where I could barely make out the path. Brush rustled and twigs snapped beneath our feet as we walked. A very loud crack made me turn around. My light fell on something just beyond the tree line. It looked like an enormous figure, standing at around 8 foot tall in the darkness. "Jack!" Amelia called from ahead of me. I turned my light ahead of me and saw that my friends were almost out of sight. "Hurry up, or you're lion food." When I looked back again, the figure was gone. After 2.5 hours of walking, we made camp. I kept the fire going, tending to it long after my friends headed for bed in their tent. Every time the flames started to die down, a tall, dark shadow danced in the dark, glowing like the embers of our fire. I added another log, and the presence retreated from view. Eventually, my exhaustion won. "Jack!" Elliot shook me awake by the shoulders. "Amelia's gone. Have you seen her?" I jumped up onto my feet. "How long has it been?" He grabbed my arm and we froze, listening on strained ears, the sloshing sounds of someone wading through shallow water. We raced down the embankment and spotted her standing in the water, which was now up to her belly. "Amelia!" Elliot shouted. She turned to look up at us for a moment before a figure came into view. The very tall, shadowy figure from down the trail, leading her deeper. Elliot called her name again, racing after her. By the time we got to the water, Amelia and the figure had both disappeared. The police didn't believe our version of events, so Elliot and I were in a police cell for a few days. Whilst they did a search of the area, of course, they found nothing. Amelia Whitewood simply vanished on that night. But I always wondered, if I'd let the fire die, would it have taken me that night?